Today we will be doing a lab assignment titled Veg Database using Microsoft Access. Here we have to create three tables and establish a relationship between them. From our course website, we see the tasks that needs to be performed and we will work accordingly. Our first task starts by going to Microsoft Access and creating a blank database. Here at Microsoft Access, we will select a blank database, give it a name, and click on Create. As you can see, a database table has been created. Our task 2 is to create a customer table. For that, we need to go back to MS Access. Okay, to do this task, we go to Create, select on Application Parts, and click on Contacts. As you can see, a pre-built table has been created. Now to change the name of contacts to customers, we right click on contacts, go to rename and change the name to customers. As you can see, a customer table has been created. Now we need to rename the field name. So we right click on it, select rename and then give a new name to it. We have renamed our field. Now we need to save this whole table. We go to we see here customers. We right click on it and click on save. So the whole table will be saved. By saving the customer table, our task 2 was done. Now in task 3, we have to import the page table to Microsoft Access from Microsoft Excel. For that, we need to go to Microsoft Excel. As you can see, I have created a page table on Microsoft Excel. This table will be imported to Microsoft Access and then collaborated with the saved table of Microsoft Access that I have done before. Now to import the Excel file, we need to go to external data, click on Excel, and then we have to, as you can see, a new box has popped up. We have to browse the location and then click on OK. Then the two boxes will collaborate. As you can see, another window popped up to match it with my Excel file. We click on first row contains column headings and then click on next. This new window helps us to change or rename anything we want. If we have nothing to change, we can click on next. By clicking on next, we see that another table came. This table helps us to select a primary key. Here we select access at primary key, then click on next. But here we will give a new name to this table and then click on finish. Now we have to change the field name from design view. We right click on page and go to design view. As you can see, we have changed the field name from ID to pet ID. Here the pet ID is already selected as the primary key, but we need to add another field name, customer ID, as the foreign key. To add the foreign key, we right click on pet name, then click on insert rows. Here customer ID has been created and as data type we have used number. We have saved the last table. Now our third task is to create a table on Microsoft Access using a table design. Okay, to create that table, we go to create, then select table design and the table is created. We fill up our field names and data types as per our requirements. Now to make the visit ID our primary key, we select visit ID, then click on primary key. We can see that it has been selected as the primary key. Now we save this table by right clicking on table and then giving save. Now we have three tables, three primary keys and two foreign keys. Our fourth task, which is also an important task, is to build a relationship between the primary keys and the foreign keys. To link the primary and foreign keys, we go to Database Tools and click on Relationships. Now we select all this and click on Add, then the relationship will be created between the primary keys and the foreign keys. Here we can see that a relationship table between the three tables that I created has been shown. Now we drag the primary key of the customer table and then take it to the foreign key of the page table to create a relationship. As you can see, a relationship is created between the customer table and page table. Similarly, the primary key of page table is joined with a foreign key of the visitors table. In this way, a one-to-one relationship between the three tables is created. Now we will be doing task 5, and it is related to prevention of data entry error, and we will be doing it in Microsoft Access. We right click on visits, then go to design view. Now in the general part of this table, we will change the different data and entries to go with the above data types. As we can see, we have changed some general forms of the data type currency. Now on the page table, we right click and go to design view. Here we go to type of animal, then select here lookup wizard. Here we click on the option I will type in the values that I want, then click on next. Then we put the different data that is required. We fill up the whole column according to our requirements. Now giving the required data, we go to next. Then if there is nothing to change, we click on finish. So our lookup wizard is done. Our next task is to delete some fields in the customer table. Here in the design view of the customer table, there are some fields that is not required. We will delete it, and by selecting on delete rows, and by that our deleting fields will be done. Our next task is to create a form. To create the form, we go to the customers table, then we go to the create tab, select on form, and a form will be done. This is the required form. As you can see, I have created a customer form. We will save this form and our customer form creation is done. Here the customer table is filled up. With this customer table, we now have to fill up the page table, which is just below the customer table. The page table is filled up, and on the top left corner we see a plus sign. We click on it and then we click on the invoice so that the visit ID is done. Similarly, to get a clear idea about a database, we can add some more customers in the same and similar way. It is always difficult to fetch information from a complex and large database. For that, to help us, we need a query wizard to find the information much easier way. Now our final and seventh task is to design a query. In our Microsoft Access, we go to the Create tab, select Query Wizard, and select a simple query wizard. Here, from the table of visits, we go to Page Table, then we select the tables we want, and then from the available fields, we go to the selected fields by just clicking on the arrow. As you can see, from the available fields, we have taken the selected fields that we need. Now we click on Next. And with that we can give a suitable title. I'm keeping the title. Then I have to modify the query design, and with that we can finish the query design. We can see that the query wizard has given us a suitable design, and now easily and efficiently, and we can find out anything we want.